So I want to talk about because I'm sure you've worked on all sorts of projects. You know, from the big budgets to the small budgets. What would you say is a common problem that you run into, whether it's like from a low budget project to a project where everyone's getting paid? What do you think is something that you constantly see that is a problem or kind of like a bump in the road?
Bumps in the road. I mean, like I said before, it's a lot of the bumps in the road, especially in the early stages of filmmaking, are like personality traits. I always notice that people just have a hard time getting through like the basics because their personalities just don't match. So just like not taking things personally. But a common problem, I mean, just
that's kind of you kind of answered it when you said personalities, because that's not something that people really think about. People think about, oh well,
the money, like not getting a right budget.
But the personality is something that you can't buy. Like it's not something that you can put on your...
money. I just just don't even talk about the money thing because it is a problem.
Yeah.
Like it's a problem all the time. Like it's
the number one cause of divorce.
Yeah.
It's true. Money problems.
It's not a problem. It's just like it's something that's so inevitable.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out how to get it in order to do life.
Right.
So yeah, money is always going to be kind of difficult to source when it comes to creativity. But there are people out there that have money and are willing to play with it. You just have to know the right people. And yeah, there's people that are passionate about creativity and community, and they're willing to put something into it to see what comes out of it.
I always say, if you're getting paid to do something, even if you're not, if you agree to do something, you should always do it as if you were getting paid. Like, for example, you should always treat the lowest person on the rank as the same as you would the highest person on the totem pole.
I say you just treat, that should be like a human aspect thing. Just anybody in life, don't think you're better than them and don't think you're lower than them. We're all equal at the end of the day.
Yeah, and there's always somebody above you. So just being humbling.
Oh yeah, no. For example, a lot of people don't treat the projects that they work on where it's like, I'm only getting $100 for it, $200 for it, whatever it is. But it's like, you agreed to do this. Yeah. Do it to the best of your ability.
Yeah, I mean, I would say to those people, either if your heart's in it, do it 100%. It doesn't matter if you're getting paid, but you need to know and create your own rules. And if you don't want to do the job, don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it.
That's the thing that people
are gonna notice that you don't want to be there. You know what I mean? So you might as well just do them the justice of not showing up.
Say no.
Say no in advance.
A lot of people feel like they have to take on gigs.
Yeah.
Because it's I'm getting paid and I need to do, and this is my industry. I'm like, well, you don't have to take on every gig, if you don't want to.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think, because sometimes I would take on gigs that I wasn't necessarily passionate about.
Yeah.
And that's something that I learned over my time as a freelancer, is to kind of even if your heart's not in it, you have to be there for the project and for the people around you, because they might be excited about it. They might be super excited and, they want your 100%. And if you're not giving it to them, you're only bringing down the project. So why are you there,
Yeah, and I think you really have to ask yourself why you don't want to be there, because I think a lot of the time, that project or that person might be an asset to you, and you should probably say yes. More than likely you should say yes.
Yeah.
And it's not for the money, it's because you're learning, especially if you're coming into the industry. Why would you say no? There's you're pretty much getting invited to have free education. People love when you ask questions. Well, kind of don't ask a lot of questions, but people like to feel valued, so asking questions. And then at the end of the day, you just got paid to work on something super fun. Why would you say no,
Yeah. Unless it's a porn shoot.
Yeah. Hey, we all gotta pay our bills.